No support, no repairs, no protection. You've essentially been robbed of the protection you were promised. At Mallett Buildings, we've been here for the long haul, with over 2 decades of experience. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and countless satisfied customers who can tell you, when we say we offer a 10-year workmanship warranty, we've proven it time and time again. And if something goes wrong years from now, we'll still be here, ready to make it right. Our customers trust us because we don't just build structures, we build long-lasting relationships. We use only the highest quality materials, kiln-dried, ground-treated lumber, and MCA ground-treated posts with lifetime warranties. That's why our buildings are designed to stand strong for decades, and why we can confidently stand behind our warranties. And don't forget, we're a state-licensed contractor with licensed engineers right here in Louisiana and Texas. We don't cut corners, and we adhere to the highest standards, ensuring that every building we construct is built to last. When you choose Mallett Buildings, you're choosing a company with real credentials, real experience, and a proven commitment to quality. We've built for families, businesses, farms, and more, all with the same dedication to excellence that's been our hallmark for over 25 years. So when a company tells you they're offering a long warranty, ask yourself this: where will they be in 10 years? If they disappear, so does your warranty. Here at Mallett, you know we'll be here, just like we've always been. At the end of the day, a warranty is only as good as the company that stands behind it. Choose the name that's been trusted for decades. Choose Mallett Buildings. When you're ready to invest in a building that lasts, call us and let's get started. At Mallett Buildings, we've been proudly serving our community for over 25 years. When it comes to building structures that last, experience matters. You've probably seen some companies offering long warranties, 10 years or more. But here's something important to consider. Can a company without a long track record truly back that up? It's easy to make promises, but what really counts is the ability to deliver, not just now, but 5, 10, or even 20 years down the line. If a company hasn't been around for very long, what happens if they go out of business before the end of their 10-year warranty? What happens to your warranty then? The answer is simple: you're left with nothing. No support, no repairs, no protection. You've essentially been robbed of the protection you were promised. At Mallett Buildings, we've been here for the long haul, with over 2 decades of experience. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and countless satisfied customers who can tell you, when we say we offer a 10-year workmanship warranty, we've proven it time and time again. And if something goes wrong years from now, we'll still be here, ready to make it right. Our customers trust us because we don't just build structures, we build long-lasting relationships. We use only the highest quality materials, kiln-dried, ground-treated lumber, and MCA ground-treated posts with lifetime warranties. That's why our buildings are designed to stand strong for decades, and why we can confidently stand behind our warranties. And don't forget, we're a state-licensed contractor with licensed engineers right here in Louisiana and Texas. We don't cut corners, and we adhere to the highest standards, ensuring that every building we construct is built to last. When you choose Mallett Buildings, you're choosing a company with real credentials, real experience, and a proven commitment to quality. We've built for families, businesses, farms, and more, all with the same dedication to excellence that's been our hallmark for over 25 years. So when a company tells you they're offering a long warranty, ask yourself this: where will they be in 10 years? If they disappear, so does your warranty. Here at Mallett, you know we'll be here, just like we've always been. At the end of the day, a warranty is only as good as the company that stands behind it. Choose the name that's been trusted for decades. Choose Mallett Buildings. When you're ready to invest in a building that lasts, call us and let's get started. At Mallett Buildings, we've been proudly serving our community for over 25 years. When it comes to building structures that last, experience matters. You've probably seen some companies offering long warranties, 10 years or more. But here's something important to consider. Can a company without a long track record truly back that up? It's easy to make promises, but what really counts is the ability to deliver, not just now, but 5, 10, or even 20 years down the line. If a company hasn't been around for very long, what happens if they go out of business before the end of their 10-year warranty? What happens to your warranty then? The answer is simple. You're left with nothing. No support, no repairs, no protection. You've essentially been robbed of the protection you were promised. At Mallett Buildings, we've been here for the long haul, with over 2 decades of experience. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and countless satisfied customers who can tell you, when we say we offer a 10-year workmanship warranty, we've proven it time and time again. And if something goes wrong years from now, we'll still be here, ready to make it right. Our customers trust us because we don't just build structures, we build long-lasting relationships. We use only the highest quality materials, kiln-dried, ground-treated lumber, and MCA ground-treated posts with lifetime warranties. That's why our buildings are designed to stand strong for decades, and why we can confidently stand behind our warranties. And don't forget, we're a state-licensed contractor with licensed engineers right here in Louisiana and Texas. We don't cut corners, and we adhere to the highest standards, ensuring that every building we construct is built to last. When you choose Mallett Buildings, you're choosing a company with real credentials, real experience, and a proven commitment to quality. We've built for families, businesses, farms, and more, all with the same dedication to excellence that's been our hallmark for over 25 years. So when a company tells you they're offering a long warranty, ask yourself this: where will they be in 10 years? If they disappear, so does your warranty. Here at Mallett, you know we'll be here, just like we've always been. At the end of the day, a warranty is only as good as the
Hello, Lee Mallett from Mallett Buildings. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. We've got quite a show today. I got quite a ground to cover, so let's get started. We always get back to the community, and that's why we always tell you every time we start, or better yet, if you want to call in, call at 337-391-5060. You can call, ask your question, and we'll discuss it, or type your question right there, and I'll try to respond to it, okay? So look, we get back, military personnel, healthcare workers, educators, first responders, $500 discount every day for those people, okay? And we're proud of that. Hey, on a signature or an elite building, Tiger Cash, I see Miss Katie has typed cash in. I assume she's talking to one of my people down there, so she's going to get $1,000 if she's buying an elite or signature building. She will get a cash discount, and when you come in, you do another $1,000 for signing. So you get a $2,000 credit on either one of these buildings. All right, cost per square foot, I'm going over that, folks. The average house is $152.44. As you can see, that's the average cost. Now, this is the cost. Everybody looks at this. This just tells you if it fits your budget. If you want to see if it's a good deal, look what you're spending per square foot. Now, on this particular elite building, you can take $2,000 off, which is going to drop this to probably another $2 a square foot off, okay, depending on the size building. Folks, these square foot prices cannot be beat. That's a turnkey with a 6-inch slab with all the things that go in this building, this elite building with 145 mile an hour wind load. Truss is 3 foot. Nobody has a standard building except us doing that. And they are 2x8 scissor trusses. Okay? So, understand, this is where you see what your deal is. This is what you see if it fits your budget. Okay? Now, we got a sale going on this week. $18,999 for a 20 by 40 by 12. one roll-up door, walk-through door, 4,000 PSI, 4-inch slab, 2-year workmanship warranty. Somebody made a comment about 2-year workmanship warranty. My signatures come with a 6. My elites come with a 10. Okay? But I've been doing this 26 years. And I can tell you right now, this 2-year workmanship in this building is all you need. If you're going to have a problem, you'll find out in 2 years. All right, it comes with 130-mile-an-hour wind rating, 26-gauge metal, scissor trusses, and it comes with a cable retention system and concrete in every hole. You'll need to add that. And it's $23.75 a square foot. Now, get a little bigger. 30 by 40 by 12 is going to drop to $20.83 a square foot, and you can get all those things. And right now, if you notice, we've gone standard scissor trusses across the board. My competitors are not offering scissor trusses standard in all their buildings. We do. We can do other trusses, but they come standard, which gives you more height, and you can put a bigger door at the center of your gable to get more height for whatever you're trying to do. But folks, $20.83 a square foot. It's hard to beat these prices. All right, now we've got a 30 by 80 by 12 for $39,999, $16.67 a square foot. Remember that price on that house, $152. This thing is, the outside shell is done, the slab is poured, the roll-up door is in place, you walk through door, and you can for another $40 or $50, you can close the dang thing in. In fact, Mr. Tackett has done a complete house for about $50 or $60 a square foot. If you want to know how to save money, build a barnuminium, call Mr. Tim Tackett. I'm telling you, he's got it figured out. All right, let's see what else we got here. All right. Why the value building is better than my competition. One, I'm going to put scissor trusses. I'm putting a 4-inch, 4,000 PSI, not 3,000 PSI. I got the engineered cable retention system, which they don't do. They don't think they need it, apparently. All MCA treated lumber, #1 lumber, concrete in every post hole. They don't do that. 26-gauge metal on roof and walls, 130 miles per hour. The main thing we do that they don't do, these two things, this and this now. And you get building. Let me tell you the big problem with them. We've been doing it for 26 years. We'll get into this in a little while down the presentation. Let's move on. All right, Elite Guard Builders like to talk about this. Look, you got an RV, you need to buy one of these for $29,999. Folks, if you're paying $500 a month to store your RV, you can build this building. It's 20 by 50 by 16 with a 14 by 14 roll-up door and a walk for $29,999. You will pay for this thing in about 4 years. I'll show you in the third slide, but let me show you what else I got here. Hey, you got some cash, you're only getting 3 or 4% at the bank, you can turn $125,000 and bring in almost $15,000 a year. Because that's going to make you 25, and I'm going to show you, that's a 50 by 100. And I'll get to the numbers here in a second. Let me show you. And then you can do this one. This is $250,000. That's a 50 by 200 with 10 roll-up doors and 10 walk-through doors. Now here we go. Let's say you got an RV. You're paying $500 a month. That's costing you $6,000 a year. You will get all your money back if you build this in 5 years. And then it's free. You can rent it out. If you sell your RV or your boat, you can turn it into storage. Here's the big deal. If you got some extra cash, own a piece of land, you're looking to really turn your money into some money, take this 5A. It will pay for itself in 4 years, 2 months, and it will generate $2,500 a month. What's $125,000 going to generate, let's say at 5%, which nobody's paying 5% on the CDs, but at 5%, that would be $6,000 a year. Here you're going to generate $6, $12, almost $15,000 a year. And guess what? In 4 years, and that's consistent. The market's got nothing to do with you. In 4 years and 2 months, you now will have an income of $2,500 a month, and you will have put your $125,000 back in the bank. You can do two things. You put it back in the CD or build another 10 units. And then you're going to end up with $5,000 a month, $60,000 a year. What's $250,000 going to generate at 5% per year? About $13,000 versus $60,000. And in 4 years and 2 months, you'll have got your $250,000 back, and now you got steady income like an oil well. It's just pumping, it's just coming at you. And it's very maintenance free. It's not like renting apartments or houses. These things are maintenance free, folks. It's a hell of a deal. Anyway, let's keep going. Call in 337-391-5060. Be glad to talk. You got a question? Shoot it at me or call and we'll talk about it. Let's go on. Concrete reinforcement, wire versus microfiber. Okay. My competitors don't, for some reason, are trying to convince you, and I'm going to go through this and show you that wire mesh It's not, and I don't use wire mesh on none of my stuff. My personal stuff, I use this. Why? Synthetic fibers benefit the concrete in both the plastic and hardened state. Benefits include reduced plastic settlement cracks, reduced plastic shrinkage cracks, increased toughness and impact resistance, and provides energy absorption. Documentation of use of fibers for these apps should be available. Okay? Crack control. If you want crack control, fibers are the way to go. And that's according to the National Ready Mix Concrete Association, not Lee Mallett. All right. According to the ACI, the American Concrete Institute, always advancing, they say in addition to crack control, now we're talking about fibers versus wire mesh. In addition to crack control and serviceability benefits, use of fibers at high volume percentage, 5 to 10% or higher, with special production technique can substantially increase the matrix tensile strength. Now, folks, that's the concrete people telling you that. If the concrete people are telling you this, I would tell you that you might ought to listen to them instead of some yo-yo that's trying to convince you, because I'm going to get to that here in a second. Why use fibers in concrete? Prevents plastic and drying shrinkage cracks. Finishes smoothly with any surface fibers quickly fading underfoot or vehicle traffic. Provides same level of reinforcement as wire mesh with even distribution throughout the concrete, and eliminates the need for chairs to support conventional steel rebar or wire mesh. Well recognized by major concrete organizations and tested to industry standards. Okay? Now let's see what we got. Downfalls of wire mesh. Let's talk about that. Placement challenge. Inconsistent positioning. Wire mesh often ends up at the wrong depth within the concrete slab because it can sink to the bottom or float to the top during pouring. If it's not properly positioned in the middle of the slab, it loses much of its reinforcing capability. So, if you've ever watched somebody pour concrete, the guys are walking, look, that concrete's coming fast, whether it be a pump or whatever, and they're pulling all this concrete, right? So if you got this wire mesh on chairs, they're going to knock them off the chairs. I'm just going to tell you. In fact, the force of a pump could knock them off the chairs. So these guys are required to go back and try to pull it to the 50% level of that slab if they can. So they're trying to do this. Now, I'm just going to tell you, you're pouring a big pour. I don't think they're going to do it because they're tired. And I think what happens is the wire mesh ends up going to the bottom. Okay? Whereas with fiber concrete, it's mixed in the truck prior to pouring. So it's throughout the concrete versus hoping that they pull it to the right level. You're hoping the chairs don't fall. There's a lot of hope in here. And that's what this is saying. Now, the second thing it's going to say, corrosion. It's rusting over time. If the concrete cracks or the mesh is improperly embedded, moisture can reach the wire mesh, causing it to rust. Corroding steel expands, leading to spalling, cracking, and flaking of concrete, which weakens the slab's structural integrity. Okay? Limited coverage. Localized reinforcement. Wire mesh reinforces only the specific areas where it's placed. It does not provide reinforcement throughout the entire volume of the concrete like microfiber does, leaving some areas more vulnerable to cracking. Because you see, they're laying this down in sheets, and if it's not laid properly, that's what's going to happen. You don't have to worry about that with fiber. That's why I use it, because I know it is mixed throughout and thoroughly into the concrete. And it's let me tell you, when you try to break a slab with that stuff, it's very hard to do. You can break that stuff till you get to the wire. But most stuff I've seen, the problem with wire, it goes down to the ground. It doesn't stay up, folks. Too much weight. Non-effective for shrinkage cracks. Delayed support for cracking. Wire mesh primarily prevents cracks from widening, but does not likely to stop shrinkage cracks from forming. It only begins to work after cracks have already occurred rather than preventing them. That's correct. So if the crack starts, it's just going to keep it from expanding more. It's not going to really stop the crack, whereas the fiber has a way better chance of stopping the crack, at least the foundation crack. It's very hard not to have hairline cracks in cement in this part of the world. Just a factual statement. Not structural cracks, hairlines. Okay? Even with compacted pads, industry standards will tell you that you can sustain hairline cracks. That's why we like to put the expansion control joints, because if it does happen, it's a straight line. It's not all this jagged, ugly looking stuff, folks. Plus, it allows the concrete to flex. Poor performance in extreme conditions. Wire mesh does not distribute stress evenly throughout the slab, making it less effective in resisting dynamic loads such as heavy machinery or sudden impacts compared to fiber-reinforced concrete. Now, all this data that we're pulling is coming from associations. This is documented. What I'm giving you here is documented evidence on these two products. Concrete needs a good foundation. Well, we've done by that. Okay. Our foundation, we have a page in our contract that tells you exactly what we recommend you do. And if you do this, you still may have some hairline cracks, but you should not sustain any structural cracks. So, degrass the property, excavate the topsoil of the clay pan, use a 60-40 sand clay mix, expand the pad 5 feet beyond the building perimeter. That way when the water comes, it gets away from your building. Compaction test. You should never hire a dirt contractor to do anything unless he's going to give you a compaction test, and he's going to charge you for that. He's going to charge you a lot for that, okay? But you've got to have that. Without a compaction test, you have no idea what you got in that slab. And you're spending a lot of money because the concrete slab is not the foundation. The pad is the foundation, okay? Verify moisture content on that test. It should be between 0 and 15% to prevent settling, shrinkage, okay? Now, see right here? They didn't follow my recommendations. They should have had the pad built compacted. And when I put this building, it should have, see, we had to go to the high point. We never put a building down in the ground. So we go to the highest point, which is right here, okay? But look at all this. Now we're going to have to haul the dirt into this building, and we charge for that because, look, there's a lot of dirt. And it's not going to be able to be compacted properly. That's the problem with this. Impacts of a poor foundation. Cracking or settling, and even surfaces lead to slab failure, moisture issues. Excessive sand retains water, leading to shifting. Structural instability. The building may sink or become unlevel. Expensive repairs. Fixing a failing foundation costs far more than doing it right the first time. See, everybody's seen this. But if you've got control joints, expansion control joints in your building, if it does do this, it's going to be a straight line and it still can flex. Okay? You shouldn't have this problem. And if you get into a bind, you can always take out that section and re-pour it. Okay? There's a reason for this stuff, folks. Unlicensed contractors on Facebook. I think this happened yesterday. Oh, no. He's back advertising. Folks, he's not licensed. He's going to turn him in again. He's going to eventually get so many convictions. Folks, he shouldn't do this unless, look, if you want a new storage area or personal workshop, he is breaking the state law. He is breaking state law. He does not have the credentials to do this. You're going to get in trouble with this guy. Why don't he go get licensed? I don't understand this. It must be he can't pass the test, I guess. I don't know, but it doesn't make any sense. This ain't bashing. I'm trying to tell you, this guy's not licensed. Watch. Well, that comes up next? Yes. Okay. But the red flags, yours in business, Secretary of State, licensure at LSBC. While you're there, you check for violations or convictions, reviews on BBB, and visit the contractor's facility. Now, let's see what we got here. All right. Precision Metal. He's still he re-registered, but look, he's still not licensed. He's got no credentials to do this. He's breaking state law, and he's already been convicted once. He's back to the same thing, folks. You got to watch this. I don't know. He knows I'm. Do your buildings have expansion or control joints? All of my elite buildings come standard with control joints, Mr. O'Brien. My value and my signature, they're available for us to put it in there. But we put it standard, and that's why we say the elite building is the best building. Everything in the elite building is what you really need. And I put standard in those buildings. The elites have control joints. You can put them in the other two buildings, and we highly recommend it. But it costs you. Don't cost you nothing. The price on an elite includes all that. If you go look at what's in the elite building, I'll be on that in a minute. I'll go over and tell you why I promote the elite building. And one of the reasons is the control joints. This is his place of business. He is what is he? He's got nothing. No, he's not accredited. So there's a lot of red flags on this particular customer. It's not bashing, but the ones that these guys call it bashing, I call it telling you what's going on. Then you make a decision. You want to go buy, go ahead. But you have to have some trouble at some point, and you got no reason, nobody to blame but yourself if you do it, right? Okay, let's grade the different post frame companies. Let's go. All right, your Southern Style. less than 12 years in post frame, less than 20 years in post frame. He's only been licensed as a contractor for 1 year plus. He hasn't made 2 years. Violations, yes. Not accredited, no. Doesn't have 500 plus reviews. He has barely any. Legitimate facility, no. He has not survived 9 or more hurricanes, okay? That's a bad report card. So what are we going to give him? We'll give him an F, because he only, of the questions, only 11% was answered positively. All right, let's go to the next one. Rob Build. They're not Louisiana based. They've been in business 12 years, 20 years. That's an Oklahoma builder. They have no violations, but he's got enough X's to where, what's his grade? 33% still gives him the F. Okay, Precision, that's the company. They're all X's between, actually Southern and Precision. There's not a lot of difference here, folks. But look at these X's. You know, this ain't bashing. This is factual stuff. You need to decide if you want these people. What did he say? Oh, I like that statement. You saw Mr. Hughes said. Look, you can take this information and throw it in the trash can if you want to. I'm giving it to you, and I'm not charging you like an attorney. It's free. But I'm telling you, these are the facts, and you do what you want to do with your money. But I'm going to tell you, you better be careful. All right, next one. Oh, we gave them an A, only 11%. Next one, Ranger Buildings. That's another one. Not only does he have that, he's also been charged with contractor fraud by the state of Louisiana. What happened, I don't know, but I'm telling you, he was charged before. And he got convicted by the LCBC. Bad news, folks. All right, it gives an F. Beck Industries, that's another, all X's. Got an F. Fortify, all X's. He's got a facility, but they're out-of-staters, folks. Less than 12 years, less than 20 years, less licensed, less than 1 year as a contractor, has violations, not accredited, doesn't have 500 reviews. Matter is it one? You could probably put 100 and they still would lose. You need to check their reviews. We'll do that tomorrow. I'm gonna fix that too. Legitimate, yes. Survived 9 or more hurricanes, impossible. Okay, let's check the next one. Gave them an F. Apache. They have a legitimate facility? Mm-hmm. You saw it? Yeah. What is it?
Oh no, Apache doesn't.
Well, then, oh, I'm sorry. Apache. All they got, folks, is no violations in their base. But look at all the other X's. Let's go to the next one. They got an F2. Branded buildings, same thing. Look at the red X's, folks. Another F. RJM Construction, same thing. Another F. Southern Quality, all X's. 0% passes. All right, then you got us, all checks. This don't lie. This is factual stuff, folks. And like I said, last time I was, I think, any one of these guys want to come up here and defend themselves, it won't cost you a nickel. Come on. Come on. Here, see, folks, I'll give them an opportunity to come defend themselves and tell me why this is not factual and why that you should do business. They're welcome to come. They won't come because this is bad. How do you defend this? You can't defend it. Now, I got 100%. I made an A. All right. So yesterday, this gentleman, has anyone ever used this company, Mallett, to build a metal building? We decided we're not getting the blue snowball standard. This would be perfect to put in this place. Well, this cat, all I can say, don't. Now, I ain't sold him no building to my knowledge, but this is, listen, you have to pay every day they work on it. No, that's not true. That's a lie. All they do is subcontract everything. That's a lie. And you can do that yourself. This guy, one time per year, you can build your own building with permits. I'll save you thousands. He's not licensed. This guy is up here, an illegal contractor trying to convince this man, well, don't do business with them. I'll save you thousands. Probably cost you thousands because he's not even licensed. You have to pay each step. They do something through process. If you find something wrong, after you pay, you can forget about it. I've been in business 26 years. Did you pull him on the Secretary of State? Okay. Now, I've been doing this 26 years. I'm a state licensed contractor. And this guy, he just started 125 24. That's what you look. He's a home improvement. He can't build this building if he wanted to. He's breaking the law. Delta Roofing Repair out of Opelousas. These people to start getting with me, get on me, was a mistake. Because I'm telling you right now, he shouldn't be building nothing. And if he'd like to come up here and defend what he's got here, but folks, he just got in business in January, and he's trying to tell people not to do business with a person with 20,000 buildings and kits on the ground, 26 years in business, A+ rating with the BBB, gone through 16 hurricanes. It's amazing that, look, I can defend myself, and I don't mind doing it. But when a yo-yo like this makes comments like this, be assured we're going to check you out. This guy has no business talking about anybody till he goes get his proper license. That's number one. He's an illegal contractor trying to solicit work on a building, and he's not properly licensed. Now, the factors to be considered before buying a building. Experience, he didn't have that. Licensure, he didn't have that. Quality, I don't see how he can have that if he don't have no licensure experience. Reviews, did he have any?
I didn't look them up.
I bet he don't have any. Price, I don't know what he would charge. Whatever he charges is too high. Why? Because the guy's an illegal operator. Okay? But these are the factors, and this being the least most important. This is about your budget. You need to be comfortable here before you get to price. Cheap is not always the best deal. Experience. Longevity in the industry often translates to reliability and expertise. It does. A company with a strong track record can navigate potential issues before they become costly problems. Ask how many buildings the company has completed and request to see past projects. License ensures the building is properly licensed to operate in your area. This protects you from legal and financial risks. If you hire one of these guys and we catch him, the state contractors, but we're going to shut him down, he can't come back. If he's about 25% or 30% or 50% into this building, what are you going to do? He's gone. He ain't coming back. We won't let him. Now you got to go find another builder, and you've probably already given this guy a pile of money, and he ain't coming back. Financial risk. Then legally you're going to start suing to try to go catch your money. Don't go there, folks. It's a bad game. Ask for proof of license, verify it with the appropriate state board. Licensed builders are accountable and more likely to stand behind their work. Okay, quality. Not all buildings are constructed the same. Materials and craftsmanship determine durability. Look for engineered structures with proper trusses, foundation support, and weather resistance. Ask about materials and workmanship warranties. Quality is a very important factor, folks. Reviews. Online reviews reveal real customer experience. Pay attention to the patterns and feedback. I actually bring customers live every chance I get. We have some videos running out there. If you go to YouTube, I have several people who bought from me who've given testimonials live. They've come up here, sit right next to me. Okay? I don't know anybody else got that. I don't know anybody else doing what I'm doing right here. Ask for customers' references. Speak directly to past buyers. A company with strong reviews and repeat customers is a sign of consistent satisfaction. Now, the gentleman up there who tried to tell this guy what yada, 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 he's only been in business 1 year. How could he possibly have many reviews? It's one thing to go out there and be licensed and be trying and doing things the right way. But there's so many of them, folks, that try to cut corners on everything they do. Price. The cheapest price is always the best value. Consider what's included in the quote, materials, labor, warranties. Get an itemized estimate to compare costs. Factor in long-term savings. Quality construction reduces repair and maintenance costs. And beware of hidden fees and lowball offers. We have price match. And let me tell you what we will send me the specifications of what I'm bidding against. I'll beat them by $1,000. But I'll tell you, because look, cheap's not always better. Look, I got a cheaper quote. Yeah, congratulations, you got a cheaper bill. Look what happens. 5 factors to consider. Experience. Go with a proven track record. Licensure protects you. Verify before you buy. Quality lasts. Invest in better materials and craftsmanship. Reviews reveal. Listen to real customers' experience. And price should reflect value. Cheaper isn't always better. Give me a call. We can talk about this if you'd like. I enjoy everybody that's queuing in with me. But if anybody listening's got a question, if one of those yo-yos that are mad because I'm telling everybody about them, they can call in too. Not mad at them. I'm just being factual. They're probably nice guys, but they're not operating in a fair and in a way that's proper to protect you, John Q. Public. And I'm exposing them. All right. Now, going back to Mr. Who was it?
O'Brien.
Mr. O'Brien. If I read, I couldn't remember.
He got the signature.
Yeah, okay. You asked, what buildings, I think, was you asked about the control joints? Yeah, okay. As you see, it has control joints. But what the Elite building has, and it comes standard. This building comes standard with everything. This building, if you type cash, if you come in, you get $2,000 for typing Tiger Cash, another $1,000 signing bonus, okay? But look what you're gonna get. Number 1, kill-dry treated lumber, 2x8 scissor trusses, 2x8, not 2x6. 10-year workmanship warranty, 3-foot truss spacing, 9-foot post spacing, 5-on-12 roof pitch, not 4. Walk-through door, 26-gauge metal, roof and wall insulation, gutters, 6-inch at 4,000 psi, not 4-inch at 3,000 psi. Control joints, post protectors, insulated windows, engineered wood screws, island logs, engineered cable retention system, 4x4 framework on my windows and doors, concrete under every post, continuous ridge vents, Zac screws on roof and walls. You can wainscot it if you choose to. Engineered mono trusses, 145 mile per hour wind load, licensed engineer on staff, Mallett secure watch and protection that never sleeps, 24 access to me. Now, this is the building I highly recommend because of what's in it. The value in this building is so great that dollar for dollar, this is the best buy because of the materials that we're putting in this building and because of the wind loads. It is just, it's the best building I can build. I'm working on some foundation stuff right now with my engineer. If I do that, I'll be offered. You see, the difference between me and these competitors, we're always trying to improve the product. And so now I'm working on these foundations with my engineers and what we could do, because this is what goes on. These dirt contractors are out there charging a lot of money to build these pads. And they're taking advantage of people by not doing compaction tests on these pads. They roll in there and they put the pad down with a dozer or trucks. And folks, that's not the way to do it. In my recommendation, they need to be sheep's footing or vibratory rolling every 6 to 12 lifts, and then do a proctor and find out what you got. They should be doing that. But then they would charge you more. And you can spend $15,000, $20,000 on a slab, and that's a cheap slab. Okay? But they're not, they should all, anybody putting in a pad with dirt should say, I want a compacted test. I want you to prove to me that that pad has got a 96, 97. I want to make sure that the proctor shows that I have 0 to 15% moisture in what you finish. So you got to watch it, okay? But I'm working on something that may help us there. I'm trying with the engineers to try to come up with something to help you, because we're always trying to make things better for you, the customer. Okay, remember, there's your price per square foot. You can take about $2 off because you're going to get $2,000 in Tiger Cash and another $1,000 sign-on bonus. So that's $2,000 that would come off any of these buildings. Okay? All right. The value building. The value building is the best building for the price. What does it have in it? This. It does not have what the Elite or the Signature has. It has it's a basic package with my competitors sell. But my building is going to come with 4,000 psi, not 3. I'm going to come with scissor trusses, not common, and I'm going to come with the cable retention system, and I'm going to put concrete in every hole. This is a better building. And it's being built by someone who's been doing it for 26 years. Okay? I'll talk about that when I get the price match. But hey, this is, if you're looking for a small building, hey, it's all about price. This is the building. Okay, value, here's 30 by 40, $24,999, $20.83 a square foot. Remember, look at the square foot price on the deal. Don't look at the money. The money is about your budget. This is what it's costing per square foot. This is going to tell you how good of a deal this is. What did he say?
You guys should make a
Comparison list for the who?
The Elite.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's nothing compared to those buildings, but you can buy this building for $20.83 a square foot. Or you need a bigger building. Here's a 30 by 80 on sale for $39,999. It's and this sale this is this week. This sale ends Saturday, and we'll start all over with some more buildings. But folks, that's $16.67 a square foot. That is a tremendous price, but you get what you pay for. If you notice, we're going to use 2x6 scissor trusses. We're going to use a 4-inch slab. There's a lot more in the elites and the signatures than there is in the values, okay? But you can buy this building directly with a 4-inch slab, 4,000 PSI, put on your property. All right, if you want to do a custom design, you go to my site. You can go to my 3D design. You can custom design your building, colors, doors, windows, gable extensions, wings, whatever you want to do. You hit that, and then you go straight to my guy, and he's going to give you a price because it'll be an accurate price. Because look, imagine you trying to tell me on the phone what you're doing. It's hard. It's hard to get an accurate. You're going to go back and forth. So hey, just go to the 3D design. It's very easy to work. If you have trouble, call. We'll help you. But I'm telling you, that's the best way to minimize time on the design of it. I don't see any, to be honest about it, Mr. Hanna, 28 gauge, maybe on a metal building, because you see they put their purlins and girts 3 to 5 feet. To be honest about it, I use 26 gauge, but I get away with 29 gauge because my girts are going to be 2 foot apart. I'm going to have twice as many girts and purlins supporting the metal. The ones that are using 28 gauge, that's steel people doing that because their girts are 3 to 5 feet apart. Okay? Most of them are not. Most of them are using 26 gauge. But they have to. Now, we've gone standard 26 gauge across the board because that's what the market wants, and that's fine. But I'm telling you, I don't need a 28 gauge, not when I put my purlins and girts 2 foot apart. If I was 3 to 5 feet apart, you're probably correct. But most steel people are not putting 28 gauge. They're putting 26 gauge, and that's going to bring your price way up to go to 28 gauge metal. But you're right, but it's steel people, okay? I don't know if I have a picture. Ever any steel pictures up here?
Not today.
Yeah. You know, I've talked about giving back to the community. Can you pull one up so I can show them real quick, Mr. Hanna? I'm going to come back to you, Mr. Hanna. Give me a second. Giving back to the community. We do it because promoting what we do inspires others to step up. That's why we do it. Plus, we're proud of it. We want people to know you do business with us, we'll give something back to the community. And all of our money stays in the state of, we're from Louisiana. Here's a list of all the people. We do this every year, folks. We're proud of it. And I don't think the others want to do it because they can't keep up with the list. That's the problem. I mean, they're mad because they can't do this. Well, I'm going to tell you what we do. Because if I don't tell you, how would you ever know that Mallett Buildings gives this money away to help these kids and schools and educators and veterans and, law enforcement. I mean, I go on and on and on and on. It's a good thing. Now, okay, I told you earlier, we will beat anybody's quote in writing, apples to apples, by $1,000. But that's not the best part. The best part is this. For free, you're going to get somebody builder who's 26 years in business, licensed for 26 years, never been convicted of breaking state law, over 500 reviews, and 20,000 buildings and kits on the ground. Folks, this is great that I'm going to beat them by $1,000, but they can't compete with this. This is free. That's free. So you get that for free, and I'm going to give you $1,000 off of that price on a price match. Give me the bid with the specifications, and I will beat them apples to apples. All right, let's see what else we got here. Hey, we're open 24/7. There's a building inspector, a building guy available 24/7, Monday through Friday. Actually, Monday through Sunday. We're open on Saturdays till noon. None of my competitors are doing that. Let's see what we got here. Okay, pull up that, Mr. Hanna. Let me see if you're still there. I'm going to pull up that. Give me that picture. Let me just that side by side. I'm going to tell you why they're doing it. I'm going to show you why. You found it?
Yeah.
There we go. Go put that up on the screen. There you go. So the question, or what Mr. Hanna said, was replying to Tim Tackett. I thought 26 gauge is thicker. No, 28 is going to be thicker than 26. No, you're right. No, I'm backwards. I'm wrong. You're wrong. Yeah, 28's even thinner. I'm wrong. Boy, I apologize. I'm wrong. But let me tell you why they have to go to 26. Look at the distance. You're right. The 28's going to be thinner. And you got 29, 28, 26, and you go to 24. When I make a mistake, I can admit I made a mistake. Now, let's get back to why they have to use a minimum of 26. They're too far apart. Over here, we got twice as many girts and purlins as a steel structure. That's the real problem with these structures. Even the purlins. His purlins are 3 to 5 feet apart. And if he doesn't use 26 gauge, when they're applying the roof, they're gonna bend the metal. Over here, we can put 29 gauge and still get away with it, but now we're putting 26 gauge in all our buildings, but you can walk on it because the purlins, you got too much support. Which means you're gonna have twice as many screws in that building. Okay? But I apologize, man, I'm wrong. My metal, 26 is thicker than 28, 29 is even thinner than 28. But that's how people cut the quality of the buildings, by cutting back on the materials to save money so they can compete with us or whatever they're doing. But the bottom line is, when you start talking about steel versus wood, this is a way stronger building. I'm just going to tell you it is, and it doesn't have anchor bolts that are going to rust. I mean, I can go back and forth about this thing, but I was wrong. But I don't know where my brain was at right there, but I apologize. 28 is thinner than the 26. 26 being thicker, 29 being even thinner, and we don't use 29 gauge anymore, although we could because our girts and purlins, but we decided the market wanted 20, so we put 26. It just made the buildings better, stronger metal, and so we did it. Okay? Well, anyway, that's about all we got today. I thank y'all for listening to me. Today is Monday, so you got some great sales going on, folks. If you want to buy a building, call one of my building specialists at 337-214-0428 or call me at 337-515-2154. We want to earn your business. I want to always thank the people who bought from me, and those who give us an opportunity, we thank you too. Once again, give us a call. We want to help y'all get into a building. Once again, take care.
At Mallett Buildings, we've been proudly serving our community for over 25 years. When it comes to building structures that last, experience matters. You've probably seen some companies offering long warranties, 10 years or more. But here's something important to consider. Can a company without a long track record truly back that up? It's easy to make promises, but what really counts is the ability to deliver, not just now, but 5, 10, or even 20 years down the line. If a company hasn't been around for very long, what happens if they go out of business before the end of their 10-year warranty? What happens to your warranty then? The answer is simple. You're left with nothing. No support, no repairs, no protection. You've essentially been robbed of